Hey, everybody, and welcome to an all new edition of Recapping the Past, or as we're going to be calling it this time around, the one with the recapping. I am your friendly neighborhood soda. Once again, I am joined by my good friend Ben Rayner. How are you doing?
Hi.
I cannot tell you how many times I've felt like that. I don't. If that's not an indication for you of what we're doing, we are actually going to be recapping all 10 seasons of the iconic TV series Friends.
Can it be any more excited?
Surprisingly, yeah, it was one of those ones going into it where I was like, I don't know if I actually do like it as I thought I did. And then now rewatching it at this time of this recording, I'm into season 3, and yes, I'm definitely enjoying it.
No.
So let's just start off with the bat. What was your introduction to Friends?
My introduction was I was 10 years old and my parents were watching it. I saw a few episodes and then I don't know if you guys had it in elementary school out there, but
Yes, I
for
had an
fifth,
elementary school up here.
no,
I'm kidding.
let me finish. Let me finish. For the fifth graders, we got to go camping for a week. Did you have anything like that?
Sixth grade.
Okay. Well, anyway, we went camping, and when we got back, it was like day after the season 4 finale, so I watched that, and then I was hooked. Go figure why that hooked me, I don't know, but it just did. And ever since then, I caught it live, and I'm in a mega fan of Friends.
So for me, the same episode was the first one I ever watched. I just remember it's something on like ET or whatever hyping it up, and I figured I'll watch it, but I never got hooked. I didn't get hooked. Obviously, I was aware of Friends because you couldn't not be aware of it at that time, even in my small ass town. But yeah, I didn't watch it until oh god, it ended in '04. I think I started watching it in '09 from the beginning because the seasons were really cheap. I think I bought the first season at HMV, which up in Canada and in Europe was like at the time a record movie store. So it was like $10. All the seasons were really cheap, so I just bought them all one at a time, and I just binged right through it. Done it a few times since. Yeah, it's not like an all-time favorite for me, but at this point, yeah, I'm starting to realize that yeah, I do like it more than I remembered, and sometimes it's comforting, especially where I'm at with my life right now. It's very comforting sometimes.
I think that's the best way to describe it. That's good comfort food.
Yeah,
And comfort food for TV. And yes, it doesn't hold up great. I don't think you can make this today and get away with the same show. You can't do it. You just can't. But at the time, it was the it thing. It was the thing you watch when it was on.
yeah, and like my parents never watched any stuff like this growing up. So that's another reason why I didn't really catch on because I'm assuming your parents watched it with you.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, see, we didn't do that. We didn't really watch a lot of TV when I was a kid. We all had our own separate TVs.
Yeah.
So, but it was one of those things like I didn't watch a lot of sitcoms at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a little bit of backstory on Friends. First episode aired in 1994, September 22nd. So 18 days after my birthday. It wasn't a critical or high rated show at the very beginning, like it eventually would become. It just managed to slide in there. Over the course of time, it has received its acclaim. It's considered one of the most popular TV shows of all time. It was nominated for 62 Primetime Emmy Awards, winning for Outstanding Comedy Series in 2002 for its eighth season. It is ranked number 21 on TV Guide's 50 Greatest TV Shows of All Time and number 7 on Empire Magazine's 50 Greatest TV Shows of All Time. And in 1997, the one with the prom video, which is one of the most iconic episodes they ever did, was ranked number 100 on TV Guide's 100 Greatest Episodes of All Time. So yeah, very much it is in the zeitgeist, and is a show that I don't think will ever leave.
And we'll get into each one over the next 10 weeks or so. But there's a lot of excellent cameos and
Yes.
recurring actors that just add to the wonderfulness of the show, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. There were some definitely good cameos. There were definitely some in this season as well. We'll definitely be getting into that. We probably share this episode on our list somewhere. And just so everybody knows, no, we are not going to cover Joey.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
Friends. We are just stopping at Friends.
I
All right.
don't mean, even if we wanted to, I don't know if we could
Fine.
legally find a way.
Well, it's what? It's not on Peacock?
I don't think so. I'll have to look later.
I know it
But,
won't have to appear.
but remember, Friends is on HBO Max, not Peacock.
That's right. Yeah, but it might not. Fred Joey might not have the same deal.
True, true. I'll look later, but I don't think
So
so.
I can't stream it up here, and I'm not really interested in watching because I'm not interested in watching a show about Joey Tribbiani without the rest.
Right. We'll get there, but I'll aim for another video. Okay.
Okay, so let's hop right into it, Ben. What is your number 5?
The one with 2 parts.
Wow, how is that not on any of my list? I'm going to slide that into my honorable mentions.
Okay. How do I want to describe this? Yeah, in it, he didn't even count this as one. I mean, the title,
With How I Met Your Mother.
Anyway, Monica, no, who gets hit? Rachel gets hit. They go to the hospital, and because Rachel has no money, somehow she tells the hospital that she's Monica, and Monica is Rachel.
Yes, because Rachel does not have health insurance.
Oh, that's right.
Yin yang.
And, okay, so the 2 doctors who go to help them, and in the middle of a crossover with because the 2 doctors are, I don't know the character's name, but it's George Clooney and
Noah Wiley.
I believe. And it is funny, also in these episodes, in this one,
So that's the second part. The first part is where Joey falls for Ursula.
Another,
this really hot girl from his office.
Right. The Ursula thing is interesting because Ursula is another character on another show, Not About You. I guess when wanted to use him on somehow both shows use Lisa Kudrow. I don't know if that timing is right or not, but Phoebe Buffay is Ursula Lorenzo's sister from Not About You, and they don't get along, so we go happen with Ursula. Mayhem happens.
Yeah. So basically, the reason why Lisa Kudrow won the role of Phoebe Buffay because the producers liked her recurring role as Ursula, the waitress. That's when they decided to connect the 2 characters because obviously originally Ursula was not considered a twin. Yeah.
And what did you think of these episodes, Matt?
It's a good episode, but it's one where it's like I like more moments of it than I do the whole episode. Which is actually something that I realized while watching this season, that a lot of these episodes, there are more moments than I do the whole thing.
I haven't lived with me an honorable mention, but I like the actors crossover, Clooney and Wiley, and the whole Ursula thing.
Yeah.
That then put it at my number 5 for me.
Okay. So my number 5 is the one where Rachel finds out.
Not on my list. On my list.
The museum sends Ross to procure a dinosaur bone just before Rachel's birthday celebration. Chandler advises Ross to get over Rachel and find someone else. Before leaving, Ross asks Chandler to give Rachel his present at the party. Joey's new girlfriend, Melanie, wants to sleep with him, but Joey's participation in a fertility study it requires temporary celibacy. During Rachel's birthday party, Chandler accidentally lets slip that Ross is in love with her, and a big decision presents itself. So this is the moment that everybody had been waiting for, was for the truth about how Ross feels about Rachel finally gets out. And she, of course, it's up to Motormouth Chandler. He has a panic attack as soon as he does it. He's like, yeah.
But would you rather have it happen any other way?
In this show, no.
It works. It absolutely works.
Yeah. And so Rachel finally, after Ross is gone for a week, Rachel finally decides, you know what, we need to have a talk. She goes to the airport, and we find out Ross met somebody in China who also lives in New York. And that's it's left on a cliffhanger because, yeah, so that's how season 2 will pick off. No, it was a good episode. Yeah, it was, because that was the major story plot through the first season. It was a great way to end it, and I like that they left it on a cliffhanger, which I would have killed me if I watched it live.
Oh, yeah, yeah, same here. Now, I get this one and another one that come from season 2. Is this the one where she imagines Ross on the balcony?
Yes, this is the one where she imagines Ross on the balcony. Yeah,
Okay, that's a funny scene. I like that scene.
yeah. So that's my number 5.
Okay. My number 4 is the one with the Eastern Lottery detention.
The one with the what?
Eastern Lottery detention.
Oh, Eastern. Okay, that's definitely not on my list.
This was actually a very important episode for one very important reason.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, in the introduction to Janice, someone who Chandler is keeps drinking espresso to get up enough courage to break up with her. And he won't take a hint. And it's funny, and Phoebe is coaching him throughout the episode. And it's great. And Ross is teaching Rachel how to do laundry for the first time.
Yep.
Not to mix white different colors. They get into a little argument with the New Yorker laundry woman who is a laundromat bully, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And Joey gets Monica to go out on a double date with him, telling him he had a perfect guy for her, but and the woman is Joey's ex, and he tells Monica that they're brother and sister, but really they're together, and it is funny. It is funny.
What you doing, Joey?
But
yeah.
I'll be honest, no reason is my number 4, Janice.
So funny thing about that, when she laughs at, this is from the IMDb trivia page, the first time Janice laughs at one of Chandler's jokes, Maggie Wheeler slipped up and let out a shrill, annoying laugh. This was later added to the character, so that was an accident.
What a great accident, a happy accident.
Yeah, and Ross, trying to be overly masculine, gets this Eastern German detergent called Uberweiss, which translates to overly white. Yeah. Yeah, and let's not forget there is something hidden in here too. There is the very first kiss of Ross and Rachel.
Yes, you're true.
Yeah.
And only that, maybe 5 seconds or something?
Yeah, and it was all done out of overjoy because Rachel stood up to the bully.
I love this episode. It's not my favorite obviously, not my favorite, but it's a good episode. What's your number 4?
This might be punted. The one with the blackout.
In my honorable mentions.
Really? Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so in this episode, there is a New York City-wide blackout, which is actually revealed it was caused on another one of the TV shows that was set in New York. Just give me a moment to figure out which one it was. I think it was Mad About You.
Oh, wow. Okay. So there's another little intershow connection.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, so it never stated what caused the blackout, but there was another series that aired that night. I can't remember right. Sorry, unfortunately, off the top of my head, that they actually dealt with the same blackout.
Okay. I like that.
Yeah, so basically, in this one, during a New York City-wide power outage, the gang hangs out at Monica and Rachel's apartment. Ross tries sharing his true feelings with Rachel, but a stray cat interrupts their conversation. Rachel and Phoebe search the building for the cat's owner, but when Mr. Heckles from downstairs falsely claims it is his, he scoops it. The cat belongs to their neighbor Paolo, a hunky, English-challenged Italian who Rachel falls for. Meanwhile, a nervous Chandler is trapped in an ATM vestibule with Victoria's Secret model Jill Goodacre. This episode was part of Blackout Thursday, in which NBC tied 3 shows all set in New York City together and airing the same night, beginning with Mad About You, which depicted the cause of the citywide blackout, followed by this episode, and ending with an episode of the short-lived show Madman of the People. Seinfeld aired the same night, but did not participate. So basically, it's all about everybody's misadventures dealing with this blackout. Like it says, like I said, Ross is trying to tell Rachel his true feelings, but unfortunately, a cat comes on him and like claws on him. And there's this very funny scene of him in the background while everyone else is singing campfire songs, and he's like playing around with the cat. Chandler's trying to get the nerve to talk to Jill Goodacre because it's a Victoria's Secret model. So he just ends up doing some Chandler stuff, and he's just like, "Gone would be perfection." Shit like that. And I like the very end tag where he goes over the camera after she leaves. He's like, "Hi, my name is Chandler Bing, and account number." It's just like, if you could I get a copy of this? But the best part is when he borrows Jill Goodacre's phone, trying to talk to call his friends, like, he's okay, and he's just like, and Monica doesn't understand, so she passes to Joey, who gets it right away.
And then Joey,
but him, you don't understand what he's saying, and Chandler's like, "You don't think I didn't think of that?" Yeah, this is also the first introduction of Mr. Heckles, who unfortunately doesn't make that many appearances in this series, but he's a very funny side character. And then the episode of the, as Ross calls him later on in the series, the weenie from, what is it? The weenie from Turini, Paolo.
Oh, Paolo. What are you feeling about Paolo?
Yeah, I don't like Paolo. He's a creep.
Man, that's a good episode. I'm sorry I don't have it in my top 5.
Oh, that's your personal 5. That's all good. What's your number 3?
The pilot.
See, the pilot's nowhere on my list.
I just think they did a really good job setting everybody up.
Yeah.
I mean, the episode began with the 5 friends sitting in a coffee shop, just talking with each other. And small talk, telling him about some nightmare that ended up falling where his and then in comes Rachel in her wedding dress.
Yeah, and Ross just before says that it's not every day that a woman in a wedding dress comes barging through the door, and in comes Rachel in a wedding dress. And like, he had asked him, like, "Can I have $1 million or whatever?"
And I didn't want $1 million. I mean, and yeah, there's not that much that happens in the episode except Monica goes out to dinner with Paul, the wine guy.
Oh, the wine guy, yep, the fucking creep.
Who made me stabs her with the having me get back on my horse, knowing. And once he figures it out, everyone's like, "Of course it's a story. You didn't know? You never heard that?" And then,
doesn't Joey say something like, "This guy is my god," or is that's in a later episode? No, that's in a later episode.
Yeah, but it's a really good episode. A really good introduction to all the characters. What do you think, Matt?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was a good introduction to all the characters. Not all of them are fleshed out completely yet. Like, Joey hasn't you can tell he's Joey, but I mean, he's not Joey yet. Like, he's not the dumb idiot that we all know and love quite yet. Monica's not neurotic. Ross, let's just say Ross in this episode is totally different than the way he ends up. Same with Rachel. Chandler and Phoebe are really the only ones that have stayed consistent. Although I will say Phoebe has gone less crazy. Like, she's still crazy, but less on the nose.
I don't know. I would argue that Chandler over the 10 years, he evolved. He definitely evolved.
Yeah, but his personality stayed the same. Is kind of what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah, they've all changed, they've all evolved, and you're right. Chandler definitely evolved quite a bit, but I'm talking in terms of like their personality for everything that we remember about these characters. Chandler's been the most consistent. Chandler and
That,
Phoebe,
that's fair. Maybe Monica a little.
Monica too, but as the show progresses, her personality gets more neurotic, way more
Right,
neurotic.
right, right.
Yeah, and Rachel becomes less spoiled socialite and more of a confident, independent woman. Ross goes from a depressed divorcee to an incredibly insane person. Uh, Joey starts off as a womanizer and he becomes a womanizing idiot. So,
Yeah. Okay, what's your number three?
the one with Mrs. Bing.
Not number this. Funny enough.
So with this episode, it's also got one of my favorite mix arounds. Anyways, Chandler's flamboyant romance novelist mother, Nora Bing, played by the lovely Morgan Fairchild, visits. At a restaurant with her and all her friends, Ross, upset over Rachel and Paulo, drinks too much. He is comforted by Nora, who offers sage advice, though it leads to them kissing. Joey sees them and later says that Ross has to tell Chandler. Monica and Phoebe see an attractive guy in the street where Monica shouts after him. The guy turns and is hit by a car. When he is hospitalized in a coma, the girls take turns caring for him, then begin competing. When he wakes up, he blows them both off. Ross tells Chandler that he kissed his mother. Chandler is upset but forgives him and finally confronts his mother about her behavior and other issues. Rachel tries to write a romance novel. Now, yeah, basically the best part of this episode is the whole Chandler having to deal with his mother issues. This is one of the where we really start to dive deep down into what is up with him. No, I don't want to buy season one. Season one. I'm trying to click the episode on IMDb and accidentally click the advertisement that brought me to the first season because I'm trying to find my favorite little bit. It's when Ross is telling Chandler, and it's not even fucking on IMDb. Damn it! But basically, he's just like, yeah, I kissed. What did he say? I kissed Mrs. Mom. I mean, your mom. I mean, your Bing. It's just like he's so nervous to tell Chandler, and Chandler like grabs his finger and almost breaks it. It's just interesting. It's not a side you normally see of Chandler.
Yeah, wait. Okay, a little spoiler alert. Chandler is capable of hitting Ross, it looks like.
Yeah.
But in, what is it, season 7 or 1 with the rhythm? Ross beat him up pretty easily.
Does he
Not
beat him up?
beat him. He tackles him pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
So, continuity error or...
There's a lot of continuity errors in this show.
Okay.
There's a lot.
Good point.
Yeah, but the reason why I love this is the whole Chandler having to deal with his mommy issues and Ross, of course, being in the crossfire.
That's great.
Yeah.
Now, do you think Chandler handled it right with Ross?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I think he handled it right. Basically, the issue wasn't with Ross; it was with his mother.
Okay. So my number 2, right? The one in the X Factor.
Not even on my list.
Basically, no. Basically, Monica takes a college student, but is revealed to be a high school senior. And she has to deal with that, and Ross gets a pinch here because his ex-wife is about to go into labor and he wants to be notified.
Yeah.
But he keeps getting the wrong number. We're looking for someone named Dante? Is that right? Dante, Andre? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember the name of the character, but he's always getting this calls for prostitutes. Like, Ross's number is 555 Jimbo, and the other guy's is 555 Jumbo. So at the end, he just decides to act like his pimp. It's easier.
And what else happened? That made me laugh. I mean, I think what this episode funny. There's a slight nod to another one of my childhood favorite shows, the Power Rangers.
Yes, that's right. That's right, because they make fun of the little kid saying, "What's your favorite Power Ranger?"
Yeah.
And
You
it's like, why
know,
did you guys know about the Power Rangers? But that,
uh,
anyways,
yeah, because at that time, everybody knew about the Power Rangers.
that's true.
Everybody knew about the Friends and everybody knew about the Power Rangers.
Yeah, I remember playing Power Rangers as a kid. It was so big.
I remember running home from elementary school to make time for Power Rangers.
Nice.
But anyway,
I actually own a. I actually own a Megazord now.
I know, which
Yeah,
one?
the original. I bought it when I was visiting my aunt and uncle in Calgary, and I went to Toys R Us. Remember those kids?
Oh,
And it
yeah.
was when they re-released the line. So I
Oh,
bought it.
nice.
Yeah, yeah, and it comes apart, but I like to keep it together.
Nice.
I need the dust.
Anyway, this isn't Power Rangers. This is Friends. So what are your thoughts on this episode?
It was good. I like how Monica is caught in a lie within a lie. Um, yeah, it was a fine episode. Like basically, the thing with season one is while I did enjoy it, a lot of this stuff compared to everything else is just not as memorable for me. It's a good it's a good first season, but there's not a lot of stuff that actually sticks out to me.
Why do I get the feeling we have our thing number one?
I don't think we do. We
Mhm.
might, but I don't think we do.
Well, what's your number two?
The one with the monkey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so where is it? The gang makes a pact not to bring dates to their New Year's Eve party, but everyone soon breaks it except Ross. While performing at Central Perk, Phoebe confronts some noisy scientist guy that dates one, David, played by Hank Azaria, whom she brings to the party. Their relationship goes well until David and his research partner are offered a grant in Minsk, and he must choose to stay with Phoebe or go for a career making research. Monica invites Fun Bobby, who arrives unhappy because his grandfather just died. Joey's uncomfortable around his date Sandy's children, who she brought to the party, though she ends up in the bathroom with David's friend. Rachel's plan to bring Paolo is derailed when he misses his flight from Italy. She arrives home from the airport disheveled and sporting a swollen lip after a fight with a woman over the cab. Chandler snaps and invites Janice, but breaks up with her again after she mistakenly thinks he wants to get back together. Ross arrives with his new pet, a monkey named Marcel, who ignores Ross. In the end, everyone ends up without a kiss and fulfilling the pact. When Chandler whines he has no one to kiss, Joey does the honors. And it has one of my favorite Chandler reactions, just which I've used so many times in my life.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
it's, this is good because it's in the introduction of one of the weirdest things a TV show has ever done and introduced a monkey,
yeah.
which it turns out everybody hated.
I mean,
Everybody.
I mean, on the show,
No. Everyone hated working with the monkey.
really
Yeah, that's why
interesting.
it was written off so early. And when they did in season two, spoilers, when they brought him back for the one with the after the Super Bowl, they filmed all those scenes first so they could get it out of the way.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah,
Even David, huh?
yeah, he did not like working with the monkey. Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's really weird, eh? But which is funny because him and the monkey had good chemistry.
Yeah, I'm really going to say that. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, basically that's the thing. That's the best part of this episode is the whole deal of this New Year's Eve kiss tradition, and it's Joey kissing Chandler at the end. It's like, oh, they really are that close.
Yeah.
And of
Yeah.
course, you get introduced to the character of David, who was a great one-off character and who does return years later. We will definitely probably be covering that when we get to the final season.
I would. Well, way before that.
No,
You
he
might
comes back.
not.
He only appears twice: season 1 and season 10.
Yeah, nine.
Or is it season 9?
Nine.
9.
It
Oh,
was
anyway,
nine.
it's the end.
Um, what did I want to say? Oh, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't say much, but I would have been perfectly happy if he ended up with David at the end of the show, too.
Okay,
And either one of those guys are great, but I would have been fine with David, too.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Kate, so your honorable mentions.
And before that, I want to I want to get into my joy moment of the season, if you don't mind.
which I think might be our the same one here. Not.
So I have the snowing?
Yeah, okay, so it is all from the same episode. Mine is actually the very end tag when he walks up. He's like, "Name Holden McGroin." So it's the same episode basically.
I didn't know that Joey. I didn't know that Joey tried to get a hand in his acting career by Shadow keep sabotaging him.
And this is when we first really start to see just how dumb Joey is.
Yeah. So it's not it then. My really. Oh my god.
God.
Okay. Now my honorable mentions. The one with the blackout.
Yep.
The one with Marcel gets away.
Yep.
The one with the birth. And
Oh.
there was one more. I can't think of it.
Okay, so my honorable mentions, I added the one with two parts on there.
Okay.
And you had the one where the monkey gets away. And the one with the boobies. Because everyone, it's just a game of who's trying to catch who in the buff in this episode. And I love that Rachel walks in on Joey's dad. Oh, hello, sweetheart.
Oh, I didn't remember my last honorable mention. The one with the evil orthodontist.
Yeah.
And interesting note, Jennifer Grey, known as she
And baby.
what?
Her name.
Yeah, I know, but the famous for famous music day off.
Oh, yes, I was going Dirty Dancing, but yeah, Jeannie, yeah.
Jeannie from the famous music day off. Did you know that there was a famous music day off TV show?
Yeah, that Jennifer Aniston was cast in the Jeannie role.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's another piece of trivia for you.
Yeah, and that is one of the many guest stars that we do see throughout the show. Unfortunately, when next time you see Mindy, it is not Jennifer Grey reprising the role.
Right.
Yeah.
Although I think every time you see Barry and somebody else too, so
Yeah,
I can forgive that.
So I can tell you now, after listening to your honorable mentions, we do not have the same number one. So
Okay.
go ahead. You go ahead.
The one with the sword guy.
Nope. Not even close.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Maybe Monica Shadow ended up with a job, you know. Phoebe tells him about a great cooking job. Monica wants him, but Phoebe's like, no, Shadow is the one that needs his job. He says no, so Monica gets the audition from Phoebe. The guy comes over to taste Monica's cooking. The guy in my mind, the one and the only, so I love it.
Thank God, the only.
So there me standing and while Monica is talking to John Lovett, Phoebe tells Rachel on the way over, John had a little new meat in the camera. So as the episode goes on, he gets more and more high, and he just keep saying the more ridiculous stuff, making me laugh. And it's fair enough, 2 times he come on Friends, that most of the time, just perfection for
Yeah,
me.
John Lovitz is a great comedic actor. Yeah, really honestly, outside of that, I don't really remember. The episode just didn't really do it for me. But yeah, no, he was great. And of course, it plays into the stereotype of being a stoner. We're not all like that. But
Let my ass and call me Sally.
yep. Oof.
Okay, Matt, what is your number one?
So it was in your honorable mentions. The one with the birth.
Good episode.
Yeah. Carol's in the hospital about to give birth, prompting Monica to think about having a baby. While Carol is in labor, Ross and Susan bicker over who gets to assist her more and about what to name the baby. Phoebe drags them into a small room to settle their differences, but they get locked in. Rachel flirts with an OBGYN who suffers burnout from seeing female anatomy every day. Joey assists a single expectant mother, played by Leah Remini, in labor. Ross and Susan settle their differences and propose naming the new baby boy Ben, derived from a janitor's uniform. Carol likes the name. So actually, the thing in here is that's the best is we get. While it wasn't decided here, we get the first hint that there could be something more with Chandler and Monica.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah, I believe that wasn't decided till after they did the one with the flashback, because I was reading into it and they used that episode. We'll get to it more probably at that season, but they used that episode more to test out different couples, and that's how Chandler and Monica came out of that.
Yeah, I thought that would have been interesting. Well, I guess we're going to talk about it later.
That's when they decided to go and try to make them a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what the episode is. Ross and Susan just completely at their throats, each other's throats, and it drives Carol crazy. She kicks them out. Everyone's in there just about when she's about ready to give birth. Phoebe is stuck in the air vent. She actually sees the whole thing, which is of course with Phoebe. But yeah, it's really Chandler and Monica, and you see she really wants to be a mom, which does come back to play in season 2. And you can see that Chandler has a really good, sensitive, caring side, and he does care for Monica because he does propose to her. Like, look, when we're 40, we're not married. How about we get hitched and we'll behold a couple years later.
And what did he say? Like, hell no or something? Oh, no. I remember what he says. She says, why won't I be married when I'm 40?
Yeah, and he's like, hypothetically, come on. Yeah.
And okay. Yeah, I agree.
It's a good episode. Also, the nurse who attends to Lydia, to Leah Remini's character, is played by the same actress who plays Estelle Leonard, Joey's agent.
No way.
Yeah, same actress.
Okay, you know the doctor who...
Yeah, Jonathan Silverman from Weekend at Bernie's,
Yeah,
which is revealed to be Rachel's favorite movie.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why he was filling him up. I don't know.
Yeah. 3 days before the 16th anniversary of this episode, David Schwimmer became a father for the first time.
Okay, funny story about me on this episode. I'm guessing you remember the attack, right? With all the friends.
Yeah, where they're all looking down at Ben. Yep.
I was watching this episode, one of my many rewatches, and I was like sleeping, and it's so weird having everyone say, Ben, when your name is Ben.
Oh, I can only imagine. It's a good thing you're not a stoner, dude.
I wasn't stoned.
It's a good thing you're not a stoner.
Yeah, I know, man. It was interesting to say the least.
Yeah, I can only imagine. It's like my friend when we watched the producers years, and his name is Tony. And during the song "Keep It Game," they started shouting, "Tony!" Fucker just sank right below the seat. Yeah, it was too funny. Too funny. But this is more coincidence than anything else. This isn't actually like foreshadowing or whatever. But this is in the trivia section of IMDb, and yeah, some of the things they put as trivia is just so dumb. But anyways, Ross mentions that Cody and Dylan were options for the name of Carol and Ross's son. The child who ends up playing their son, Cole Sprouse, and Cody on the hit show did Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and Dylan is the name of his twin brother, Dylan Sprouse, who also was on the same Disney show. He also mentions Julian. Cole and Dylan Sprouse both share the role of Julian in Big Daddy. Talk about coincidence.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so do you have more to say? Sorry.
No.
Okay, I was gonna say, what do we have to look forward to in season 2?
Season 2, we get another recurring character of interest. Pretty iconic one.
Mm-hmm. Probably the most iconic one, I'd say. That's not being cast.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We also get a mini hysterical, snowy arc halfway through between Chandler and Joey.
Yes. Yeah.
We get a start of a relationship.
Yep. We get probably the episode with the most guest stars, I think, would be the Super Bowl one.
Yep. And
Probably one of my favorite Chandler moments, which I think I told you about the other day. No, I didn't. I wanted to send you a picture of where I was at, and I totally didn't do it. It's the bathroom door.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so we get that.
What else do we get?
Oh, we see Monica losing her job.
Yeah?
We have, like I said earlier, it's one of the more probably the most famous moment or episode from the series, the prom video.
We get one of my most hated episodes next
Yeah.
week.
We also get the introduction of another recurring bit, and it's Fat Monica.
Yeah? Before we sign off, can we talk about Jack and Judy Ming real quick?
Yes, of course.
Oh my god, can you think of anybody better to play these two characters?
Yeah,
Elliot Gould and Jack Ming. Perfection, right?
yeah. I was looking at it this time, and I realized that they casted really well for Ross's father because it's very believable.
I mean, he's not my favorite father on the show. We'll get that next season. But, my god, every time Jack and Judy come on, it's hysterical.
Yeah, because basically the crux of their relationship is like Ross is the treasure, and Monica's the afterthought, and you can tell that they love Monica, and they're more. Her dad shows it more, but yeah, it's quite the dichotomy between how they treat the two kids.
Mhm. Honey, I don't think we can show that again, right?
No, we only got his parents the one time. I think his is
Um,
the only one where we got the one time. Like we never met Chandler's Phoebe's biological mother, but we do meet her dad, who appears in one episode.
who was on Seinfeld. We had him in Good War on Seinfeld.
Yeah, and he's an actor. He's actually a well-known character actor.
Yeah.
We get Rachel's parents several times. We obviously get the Gellers, and we get the Bings a few times. Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I didn't really like this season. And watching season one reminded me why I fell in love with the show to begin with.
yeah. It's definitely got all the groundworks for a great show. It's just when it comes to the rest of the series, I find the rest of the series more enjoyable.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's also very dated.
Absolutely. You
Yeah.
can't get away with half the stuff anymore.
Well, not just that. It's also very 90s.
Right,
Like, look at the way
right,
they
right,
dress.
right. Absolutely. So, Matt, where can everybody find you?
So you can find me all over the internet on Instagram and Twitter at soda underscore the underscore saxman, like it says below me. You can find me on this channel on several different shows. This show, the one with the recapping the past, the one with the recapping, whatever you want to call it. Shooting the Breeze, which will be coming back tomorrow night, which will be coming back this week. And our main show Get Sweaty, which is our top 5 show that we do every Saturday morning. And you can also find me over on the Schmoes of the North YouTube channel on various shows over there as well. Schmoed on 9 in Canada, Northern Consultations, which will eventually be coming back from hiatus. We just haven't decided when. And I also have Canadian Comic Book Corner with my buddy Dave, which we're going to be doing episode 2 coming up soon.
Right.
And what about you, Ben?
You can find me at BenRader2, right down
There we
there. And you can find me on my Schmodown show, Mount Schmodown, every Saturday, and Ben's Hot Takes every Sunday. I might be coming back this week. I'll keep you posted. And you can find me everywhere Matt sent too on this channel.
Damn right. So thank you very much for watching us and indulging us in our top 5 again. And we will definitely be seeing you next week on the one with the recapping, where we will be recapping Friends season 2. So I hope you all have a good evening, and don't forget, everybody, we're there for you. You have a good night. Smash cancer.
Yes, cancer.